What's up, everybody? Void is back with another Marvel Rivals video. Today we are looking at Loki, the god of tricks and lies. He is a strategist in Marvel Rivals, and he is definitely one of the more difficult characters to be efficient and good with. So I thought today let's make a video where I give you guys some of the tips that I've learned while playing him and watching other people play him at a high level. So let me know if you guys learned anything from this video. I hope you enjoy the video. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, all those things. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so you want to be better as Loki. First tip that I can give you is stop aiming at your teammates. Notice how when I hit them directly, I healed them specifically, but there's a little explosion damage that seems to be popping up. So what that is it's actually a heal, or for your enemies, a explosion of damage. So instead of shooting each individual teammate, because where it hits, it stops, start shooting at their feet. Notice how I'm now hitting in between them, and that splash damage or splash heal is actually hitting both, and I'm keeping both of them alive, not just one or the other. So if I start aiming at their feet, I can make sure that I'm keeping both of them alive or dealing damage to multiple enemies at the same time. And definitely pumping up both those healing numbers and those damage numbers. Loki is good at doing both heal and damage, but you're going to see those numbers start going way up when you start aiming for not specifically their body parts and possibly missing flyers, but hitting walls, buildings, objects near them to get that explosion splash and cover a much wider area. Okay, tip number 2. You can only heal what you can see. You want to make sure that you are keeping line of sight on your teammates as much as possible, whether that be with clones, making sure you're getting off angles, or breaking objects so that you can see. Loki, because he has 3 versions of him that target the same area, can break down objects fairly quickly. So you want to make sure that if there's a breakable object in your way, make sure you take time in between fights to go ahead and break those down, so you have a better chance not only to keep line of sight of your teammates, but keep better angles for escapes and making sure that you're keeping yourself safe as well. Tip number 3 is clone placement or clone usage. Loki's most damage and most heals come out when both of his clones are down, he and the clones are firing at targets. You can see from the healing I was doing earlier, it's nowhere near compared to when all 3 shots are landing and exploding near the feet. So you want to make sure you keep all your clones up as much as possible. Now, that said, the optimal way to place clones, and remember, you want to place clones in off angles or in other places so that you can get multiple angles on your teammates and or opponents, is you want to put one down with your E. That will be the far, want to make sure that it's in a weird spot where it's not going to get easily targeted. And then you want to give yourself a clone with your shift, because that's going to, one, come back up soon enough if you're far enough in the back line or you're where you're supposed to be, that you don't have to worry about not having it when you're dove on. And if you don't have it and you're being dove on, you still have your shift, which then will give you your invulnerability aura, so you can wait until that invisibility is up again and then use it one more time. Now, I said use your E and your shift. Why did I not say use your second E to place it in angles like up here and up here? Okay. That is something that you can do, especially early on in a fight or a fight hasn't broken out yet. But you want to make sure that you are keeping one of those E's in reserve at all times when possible. The reason being, number 1, if your teammates are running in and jumping into the fray and they're getting hurt, you need to reload, you can very quickly pop a clone, pop a shift. Now your entire team is safe where you put that. The other reason, if you have an E up and you are getting dove on and you cannot hit your shift button like I cannot now, I can quickly throw a clone into a safe spot and teleport to it. Now I am out of dodge, out of the way, and then I can start shooting again. But that is the fastest way for Loki to get out of range of a bad situation, is to be able to place a clone and teleport to it. And it goes on cooldown just as long as your invisibility is. They're both about 15 seconds. So using them interchangeably is going to give you more mobility around the map, whether it be unseen maneuverability or teleportation. But you want to make sure that you've got both of those options available to you so that you can use them either to protect your team or to be able to get out of a bad situation if you absolutely need to. Okay, the final tip I can give you about Loki is how to use his ult. His ult can make you anybody in the game. That is a lot of knowledge you have to have. So a tip to improve Loki, or improve your play as Loki, is to target strategists. Try and use your ult on other strategists, whether they be on your team or the opponent's team. Why is that? Okay, well, it's a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a smaller pool of people you have to know in and out when you transform. Instead of having to know 30 plus people, now you've only got to try and know 8 different characters' moves and ults and how they can benefit your team. Number two, we are about ready to go into the second half of the first season as of the recording of this video. Ultimate timers across all strategists are about to get longer. When you can double up a healer ult in a fight, you are going to be giving advantage to your team over the opponents. Now, I'm not saying you can only choose strategist to ult. There are instances where it's okay to pick some other type of character to turn into as Loki, but that comes with a lot of knowledge of the game state and how fights are developing, and you don't want to just turn into them at random to get a funny clip moment or a haha, especially if you're playing ranked. Because as soon as you turn into one of those other roles, you are taking away healing from your team, and you want to be weary of that fact before transforming. All right, guys, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you if you made it this far. If you haven't done so already, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope it was informative. I hope it was fun, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.